behind me.
So Amerie is being dragged on social media. She's trending literally, like people are coming for her. And this is why they are coming for her. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. I know somebody saying Amerie who? Wait. I don't know. Some of you guys may not know if you're of this new generation. You might not know who Amerie is. And let me know, do you call her Amerie or Amerie? Because at this point, I call her Amerie. Let me know, what do you call her? But anyway, Amerie was at the Tiny Desk studio and she performed, and her performance has gotten a lot of people talking. People are literally like saying that, girl, please. And if you know, like on the internet and in generally, there's a lot of comparison between Amerie, and a lot of people are saying that her career went deep because of Beyonce, that if Beyonce was not pushed in front of us, that Amerie would have been as big as Beyonce, that she was being slept on and all that. And this her performance just showcase and bring that conversation all the way back for us to have the conversation to say, like, is Amerie a strong vocalist, or she a better performance than Beyonce, or should be even be compared to Beyonce? So I will let you guys to see this performance, because this performance got a lot of people talking that like it's really cringy. But I'll also tell you guys that I might mute it. I'm not sure if YouTube will allow it to fly. If it flies, I'll let it go. But if it does not, I'll probably play it as a short so that you guys can see it. But yeah, I feel like it was an alright performance. But comparing Amerie with Beyonce, I think I actually believed it initially when they were doing that comparison. But now looking at how raw the vocal is at Tiny Desk, it just make me rethink everything. And if you know Tiny Desk is raw. Like your vocal is going to come through and people are going to hear you for what you are. So yeah, I find this really interesting. So let's go check out a clip from that got people talking, people's response to it, and then I'll come.
Well, it looks like the Tiny Desk just shut down a big ass rumor, huh? Thing is that she could have kept this up. We would have never known had she not went on the Tiny Desk. I'm just saying, like, if I knew I really wasn't that girl, I would not have gone on the Tiny Desk. See, the thing about Tiny Desk is that it's going to expose you. It's really just made for real vocalists. I'm not singers, not entertainers, vocalists. Like, you have to really know how to throw down when you're on the Tiny Desk, because the dancers in the background, the little, accent singers, and the people playing on the instruments, is real instruments, by the way. They're just like little accents on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You are the focal point. Can't play no games when you get on the Tiny Desk, girl. You got to really know what you're doing when you get on the Tiny Desk. Amerie, listen. Maybe, well, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'll play devil's advocate, okay? It's been a while. Maybe she needed vocal exercises. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe she just needed to brushing up. But if you know you ain't really been singing like that, and then you jump on the Tiny Desk.
The more things change, the more things stay the same. The fact that so many people are shocked by Amerie's Tiny Desk performance is really an indicator that the same thing that was happening in the music industry 20 years ago at her peak is still happening now. Colorism and featureism. She's sounded the same. Amerie doesn't sound any different today or when that Tiny Desk performance happened than she did 20 years ago. It's just she got ahead because, again, there is a level of colorism that pushes a lot of not the best people to the forefront, but because there are certain communities who are insistent on anything light, bright, featureism, colorism, texturism. People are titillated by light-skinned girls doing the barest of minimums when dark-skinned girls have to show up and be twice as good to get half of the recognition, not even half, like 25%. So the fact that so many people have been saying for the past how many ever years, Beyonce stole Amerie's thunder, or Amerie should have had a career, but Beyonce killed it, or whatever. No, that was never going to be the case. This is the revisionist history that people have been peddling for the past 20 years. But if you were there and if you watched Amerie perform live, you knew Amerie has always sounded like this.
I saw Amerie was trending. Went to check it out. Wasn't good. It seems like she was struggling to sing her own songs and fighting with the background singers to be heard. And then the faces the band were making while she was singing, it really wasn't her night. Remember when Life Jennings got rejected by Tiny Desk? Them saying it's about timing in the artist's career. I'm wondering, what's the difference between Life Jennings and Amerie? And then I saw Wayne was trending, dropped an album. I mean, who approved that sample? Either one, the Weezer or the Elephant. Just, I want to know. I like the song Hip Hop. That was good. That's about it. Not the best day for music.
The best thing about Amerie's Tiny Desk performance is that the background singers are not better than her. I always hate when I watch a live performance and the background singers sing better than the main talent, because at that point I'm like, why not just hire the background singers and let them do a cover? But I like that they were all on the same level. They were all trying their best to hit the notes and not quite making it there. And it made the show more cohesive. Even though it didn't sound good, it just matched. I don't know. So I really appreciated that. Like they didn't try to find some powerhouse singers to back her up to make her look crazy. Now there's probability that the songs that she sings are just difficult in general, and only really talented singers could sing them live anyway. But yeah. Also, I like the band. The band was really good. Amerie, get behind me, Amerie. Amerie, get behind me. Get behind me. We gon' ride for you, Amerie, okay? They jumping you, okay? They dropping the elbow on you. Amerie, get behind me. Soldiers, suit up. Amerie never claimed to be a vocalist, okay? She never claimed to be a vocalist. It was y'all. Y'all pitted her against Beyonce. And then look what happened. You got my girl on Tiny Desk. And mind you, her background singers is just doing anything, G. Like the way they was moving their hands. The musicians, man, when every time the camera panned over to the musicians looking at each other, and they were already looking crazy before Amerie got there. I mean, she was there, but was she there, y'all? Please. She gave up halfway through the performance and started dancing with the crowd. She gave up halfway through the performance and started dancing with the crowd. I feel it, but get behind me. This one thing is definitely tripping. Oh my God, please don't ever set her up like that again. That was AI. Y'all. That wasn't even her.
So Amerie just did a Tiny Desk, and I watched it. Now, here's a few things which I don't like when y'all... First off, Amerie is not as talented as Beyonce. Y'all come on here every couple months. Amerie was supposed to be bigger than Beyonce. She's not as talented as Beyonce. Let's stop there. Okay. Now that we're past that, I do think that she's talented, but this Tiny Desk was not a good interpretation of her talent. The background vocals, the music, everything is off. Like, and I actually love her songs. Like, I have a whole Amerie playlist that I listen to. Summertime come, you know. I can't watch that Tiny Desk. The whole thing is just off. And I feel like, I don't know if it's what went wrong. And I don't feel like it's necessarily that she's untalented, because now it's people like, oh, she was never talented anyways. I don't think it's that. I don't think this was the performance for her. That's one thing I will say. But is she Beyonce status? Would she have been possibly Beyonce status? No.
So I just watched Amerie's full Tiny Desk performance, and it was good. Like, people are focusing on that one clip of one thing, but she performed Why Don't We Fall in Love. She did Mine. She did Talking About, and it really sounded good. Like, even the background singers were doing their job. The band was jamming, and it really did sound good. So I think by the end of the set, her voice was a bit tired, and to me, what it sounded like was vocal fatigue. Because I've seen performances of her where she nailed the song, where she nailed the notes. So it's not I don't think it's a problem of she's not able to hit the notes. She is, but it just sounded a bit rusty because of vocal fatigue, in my opinion. The background singers as well, like, I don't know if they rehearsed that song enough, but honestly, like, the whole performance in itself was good, you know? I think nobody ever expected Amerie to be like a powerhouse vocalist. I don't think she was ever presented in that way, but she can sing. Amerie can sing, and I feel like this Tiny Desk performance is kind of like her comeback in a way. And I think it's really sad that people are only focusing on that one thing clip. I mean, I get it because it's her most popular song, but at the same time, like, I wish that people took the time to also listen to the full set. I mean, it's only 18 minutes, but she really did a good job. And I think just by the end, the voice got tired and whatever, but she still managed to keep on pushing. But yeah, you guys, please watch the full set before you make your final judgment. She's still a superstar. She's still that girl. I can't wait to see her on tour. I'm still waiting on the new music, and yeah, wishing her much love.
Amerie sounded horrible. I'm sorry. She's a beautiful person. She made some great hits, but she sounded bad. She literally sounded like she had mad ears off, and then Tiny Desk called her and said, we need you. And she picked up that mic last minute, and it was just terrible to me. Even the background singer sounded terrible. The band sounded terrible. Everybody sounded terrible, like there was no rehearsals. And y'all said that Beyonce took her spot. Beyonce did what to who? Beyonce did what to who? Because it could never be. Don't ever play with my girl like that. Tiny Desk, I need you to make up for this. Bring somebody better, because that was unacceptable. We can't do this again. Okay, Amerie, I don't know if you're trying to have a comeback, or I don't know if you were just trying to reminisce. But it was all a very bad idea. I hated it. Absolutely hated it, actually.
That Amerie Tiny Desk performance, let's just fucking talk about it right now. Sweet Jesus. Those background singers, someone was off. It was between the top note and the middle note. And then, as the lead singer, Amerie, did we miss rehearsal? And then the instruments, like the actual live instruments, were too loud, so it seemed like she was like hooting and hollering over the damn instruments to be heard. And I'm just confused. First of all, why do we have a soundboard? I know that it's live, but even with performances, they're live, right? So why didn't we have a soundboard where you can control everyone's levels? So you could turn down the instruments, you can turn up the background singers, you could turn up the lead singer. That's typically how it goes in most places. A soundboard, the engineering. There's a live engineer. And then my thing is, they gave Amerie a hot mic. Do you know what a hot mic is? Okay, boom. A hot mic is a raw mic, a true to sound mic. This is what rappers get most times. A hot mic does not have reverb, but let me tell you what she should have gotten. A enhancement mic that has reverb on it, that has real-time vocal tuning on it, that has some compression on it, that make the voice more consistent, that has EQ on it to make it more brighter up front. None of those things was on that mic. Lord have mercy, my God, today. Now, is she still cemented as the Queen of Summer? Yes. Why Don't We Fall in Love is still the song. It's cemented in time, in our brains, in the culture. But that performance, we're going to be fighting for our lives, for the Amerie fans, for about another decade.
Tiny Desk and Amerie, what was wrong with her performance? I want to touch on three things. I want to touch on vocal ability, age, and song style. If you guys haven't seen the clip, this is what I'm referring to. About why this performance wasn't as good as the record, why she doesn't sound that great, and why everything seems a bit disjointed. When you think back to Amerie's hit, Why Can't We Fall in Love, It's Just One Thing, a lot of those songs are not actually in her vocal range. And if you ever see her perform, you can look at all of her performances, she's always struggling to sing them. And I think that she's never been the strongest singer. She was always a girl that was pretty, she could carry a tune, and she was a good studio singer. And the difference between a vocalist and a studio singer is a massive thing that you have to infer the difference, because it's someone like Rihanna versus Beyonce. Rihanna is a phenomenal studio singer. Rihanna can sing anything in the studio, but live, she can't execute it. And that's what's happening here. Amerie's music director and the people that prepared her for this song should have pitched the song down two steps. That way she would have been able to sing it, but because she was struggling this whole thing. And that brings me to her age. I saw a lot of people making speculation about, oh, she's just older, so her voice is bad. Age has nothing to do with vocal ability. And you guys are talking about her like she's 80 years old. And in that case, look at Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle's almost 80. And she can sing anyone out of the ballpark. You have a vocal ability, you can sing until you pass away. There are people right now in any Baptist church or any Kojic church around the South that are between the ages of 60 and 90 years old that can sing and are doing praise and worship. So age doesn't really have anything to do with your vocal ability. What age does, age lowers your stamina, age gives you less energy, age has wear and tear on your body, so you're able to do things for shorter periods of time. It doesn't take your voice away. Lastly, it appears as if there wasn't rehearsal done or enough rehearsal done with everybody. The band sounds great, so I know the band rehearsed. The background singers sound like they're at war with each other, and which leads me to believe they learned their music very late, they didn't actually sing or get the opportunity to rehearse with each other, and it just seemed all over the place. I just think that this is a clear-cut case of if you don't prepare, you will not ever sound great. If you don't take all the variables, like I said, pitching the song down, her vocal ability, her not being able to actually sing the song her whole career, really, Tiny Desk is one of those things that it really strips you down and you are either a singer or you're not. But there was so much that could have been done to mitigate this whole thing from happening. And yeah, but that's my point of view as a songwriter, music director, A&R. That is my point of view as to what happened there. And it was so easy to mitigate that. And yeah, anybody singing live, make sure you understand that writing records and singing records in the studio is not performing live. It's two different worlds. Two different worlds.
Sorry, I had to check the door. Someone was ringing my bell. So I personally, I don't feel like she's a terrible singer. I just feel like the way the song was arranged at the studio, one person, especially with a lot of laps, cannot sing it. And then the fact that the backup singers too were terrible at that song. I just feel like that song generally was just a very hard song to sing. And like everybody has pointed out, the way songs are being done and arranged in the studio is different from live performance. And if you've been or you've listened to any Tiny Desk work, you find out that I think the one of them that I really like very well was though she won, is that they strip you of everything. So if you really don't have any vocal or you don't have good control and all that, I feel like it's just going to show. Like the other creator said, that's a raw mic. Like your voice, everything will come out just the way it is. So I think maybe we should give her some grace. And I just feel like we should give her some grace. And also, we should also remember that she has not performed for over 20 years or even more. So like, I feel like grace should be given to her at this point. Like, you know, when you stop, there's something like when you stop doing something for a very long time, sometimes you coming back can be very dusty and rusty. But also, I also believe that I don't think there was enough rehearsal done for this performance, because I feel like if there was enough rehearsal done, especially the fact that she has been gone for a long time and everybody did the rehearsal, the instrumentalists, the backup singers herself, I feel like they would have all known that it sounds off and try to correct one or two things and help to arrange it in a way where it would be a lot easier. But I just feel like there was not enough a rehearsal that was done for this performance. But I just feel like let's give her grace. I feel like she's coming up with something. I feel like maybe she wants to release something or she's coming back. That's why she did this. So let's just give her grace and see the work she has to put out there. But also, I really don't like the idea that people like pitching Beyonce and her and say, oh, two black women, like, girl, please. I don't like it. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. What you think that she could have done to better this, or you think that we're just hating, that it sounds pretty okay. And did you listen to the entire Tiny Desk performance of Amerie? So let me know down in the comment section. Okay, don't forget to share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversations. So go on and share the video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.